Hey everybody, my name is Brady Simpson. I'm the founder and CEO of Simtek, and if you're a contractor using your StealthALERT to monitor a job box, job site, Connex box, etc. to prevent tools and thefts on your job sites, this message and video is for you. We're going to cover a few key components to help you get the most out of your StealthALERT and prevent theft and loss on your job site, as well as review some of the most common questions that we hear from contractors. Okay, so first things first, how do you prevent false alarms? Well, the most important thing is with your StealthALERT mobile job site alarm, it's got three different sensors: an infrared motion sensor, light sensor, and vibration sensor. The most common false alarm is when an animal, let's say a rat or a mouse, ends up triggering the sensor. So the easy fix for that is make sure that your StealthALERT sensor is horizontal so that that white dome, which detects all of the infrared motion, aka detects the human and animals moving around, is maybe knee height or a little bit higher, so any rodents running around are underneath the field of view of that infrared motion sensor. So don't mount it upside down, facing down in the entire Connex box. Don't mount it vertically so that the field of view is getting the floor of your Connex or job box or enclosed trailer. Mount it horizontally so that it is, facing up, and you've got a little bit of clearance underneath there so that the rodents and everything aren't gonna see it. Now the other thing is there is a light sensor on here, so if light is bleeding in through your Connex or your job box or your trailer and it's setting off the light sensor, you will need to turn off and disable the light sensor. So we will stick a link in this video so that you can do that as well. It's a really easy switch. You've just got to use take out 3 screws with a Phillips screwdriver, and then there is a labeled switch on the PCB. Switch that light sensor off, and then you're good to go. Now, the other pro tip is grab our Unimount. It is released in March of 2025, or will be releasing, in March of 2025, and it's called the Unimount because it's a universal mount. There are 3 different ways that you can mount this bad boy. So it's got a magnet, it's got a zip tie, tie downs, and it's got 3 different slots for screws. So you can see here's the screws, here's the slots for the zip ties, and then the magnets are on the back. And then you'll also notice there is a hinge mount design. So you basically just snap fit your StealthALERT sensor right in there, slap it up on the interior of your job box or Connex or whatever you're monitoring, and then what you can do is control and adjust the hinge so that you're able to control the angle of your sensor. Just like I was talking about, to make sure that there's no rodents underneath, maybe stick this knee height and get your sensor horizontal so that everything is monitoring above that, and you're good to go. So this is a really important accessory that is going to help you kind of retrofit your StealthALERT for any enclosed space that you're monitoring tools and equipment. All right, so the other important thing is we do have a feature on our app called Scheduled Alerts. This allows you to set custom job site hours so that your phone isn't getting blown up with alerts during the day when you're on the job site going in and out of the Connex box all day, and you only get alerts when you want them, aka when you're not on the job site. So we will have a video here kind of showing all of that, but it's a really easy feature to use. You just set up your hours and your daily schedule, and then you can make sure that you're getting the alerts when you want them. All right, so I've also got a bunch of kind of common contractor questions that we have on this printed flyer. Sometimes we've heard, does it have an audible alarm? Well, the answer is no, because if the thieves knew about the audible alarm and heard that, it actually just makes the thieves work faster. And in fact, many thieves know to just wait out an alarm that they hear audibly. So what about surveillance cameras? Well, surveillance cameras have gaps in coverage and they're often unmonitored. So, if you have a surveillance camera on a job site, it's really only going to be good to see the criminal after the fact that they've already stolen everything. But if you do have a camera on your job site and you pair it with the StealthALERT, That is great, because then if you get the alert, the first thing you're going to want to do is check any on-site surveillance or check with on-site security or other layers of security that you have there as well. Can multiple people get alerts from the same sensor? Yep, you can have as many people get alerts from that sensor as you want. They just need to scan the QR code on the Simtek app for that device, just like you did. But importantly, there's only one data plan that is needed per device. Can you set up multiple sensors, and can you name them? Yes, you can. So if you have your phone, you can have as many sensors as you want tied to your Simtek app. So if you're monitoring 10 different connexes, you can have them all on the same app. You just scan each one and you're good to go. And you can even customize each one with a custom name as well. So job box on Cherry Street or whatever you want to do, so that you can keep track of where your assets are. How about the battery life? Well, for our traditional firearms customers who are maybe only accessing that space, that safe, once a month, once every, once a week, et cetera, you're looking about 9 to 12 months of battery life. If you're a contractor going in every day, you're probably looking around like 4 to 8 months, depending on how often you use it. The battery is rechargeable, and what we do is recommend that you use a solar charger just like this. We're going to be selling one of these separately and as a bundle pack, but you can grab one off Amazon for like 30 something bucks. Or a cellular battery bank as well, which can also be purchased online for $20 to $30, and then you'll essentially get either limitless or years-long battery life. Note, there is also a low battery notification that the device sends to your phone when the battery needs to be recharged. And if you do have other questions or you want to learn more about how your StealthALERT works specifically for contractors, we're going to put a link here and in the description so that you can see more of these answers and questions that we've already talked about and additional ones that we may not have talked about. The bottom line is, people have been using the Simtek StealthALERT to monitor these job sites, and they are catching criminals. And we're not talking about criminals who, are getting away and then they're recovering tools. We're talking about preventing thefts before the criminals actually even get away with tools, right? And so the vibration sensor should give you some of that advanced notice when they're trying to break in. The infrared motion sensor will detect when they actually do break in. It'll also detect any sparks from an angle grinder or hot torches and drill bits and things like that. And then of course the light sensor will get them if there's flashlights at night, that kind of thing. So very hard to actually game this device because it's got 3 different sensors to catch the bad guys. It'll work on any job site since it uses a cellular modem. It'll connect to any network nearby. And since battery life and connectivity is not an issue, you can rest assured that your tools and equipment are going to be monitored 24/7. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.